Genie and Cuckoo.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. In our last video, we looked at the elements of the user interface and briefly touched upon the customization option. Today, we are diving deeper into how you can customize the Adobe Animate User Interface to suit your workflow. I'm excited to share some tips and tricks with you. When you set up your Adobe Animate for the first time, you'll likely be prompted to respond about your expertise level. If you choose yes, you will be presented with the basic beginner's workspace. If you choose no, you will enter the essentials or expert workspace. The beginner's workspace features fewer panels and a more comfortable user interface, perfect for those who are just starting out. On the other hand, the expert workspace focuses on efficiency for seasoned user and has a more complex user interface. But don't worry, if you didn't make that decision while installing the application, you can always change your preference anytime. To switch between the beginner and expert workspace on Windows, go to Edit, then Preferences. For Mac users, go to the Application menu, select Animate, and then Preferences. In the Preferences dialog, you will find the option to choose your workspace. Here, you can make your selection from the submenu. It's as simple as that. While we personally recommend the expert workspace for its efficiency, feel free to switch between the beginner and expert mode to find what works best for you. In this video series, we will be using the expert workspace. With the expert workspace, you will have access to more panels and tools, which can greatly enhance your workflow once you are familiar with them. Another useful feature is the workspace icon on top right corner here. Clicking this icon lets you explore the available workspaces. For example, we have chosen the Essential workspace, and this is what we will use throughout the series. Now let's look at managing and customizing workspaces. Adobe Animate comes with its own default workspaces. Simply click on the workspace icon and select from one of the default workspaces. The Animator workspace emphasizes the timeline panel along with the library panel. The basic workspace has a minimal configuration intended for new users. The classic workspace here rearranges the panels so that the timeline pane is above the stage, just like how it used to be in the old Flash user interface. The Debug workspace has a specific configuration used when debugging ActionScript code. The Designer workspace focuses on the Expanded Tools panel and various layout panels. For those who use the programming feature of Animate, the Developer workspace will be beneficial. The Essentials workspace is quite balanced and accessible for everyone. The Small Screen workspace is intended for those running Animate on a low resolution display. Once you have arranged everything to your liking, save the workspace by clicking on the workspace icon. Enter your desired name in the new workspace dialog and click Save. In addition to this, we can add as many custom workspaces as we want. Drag and drop the panel to rearrange them to your liking. To add additional panel, go to Windows and select from the available panels. You will notice a check mark to indicate that the panel is now added to the workspace. Remember, the ones with check marks are already included in the workspace. Clicking them again will close them and remove them from your workspace. To reset any workspace, click the reset icon next to the workspace name. This will restore the default layout of that workspace. Next, let's look at the timeline view settings. On the timeline panel, you will notice a hamburger icon that looks like 3 horizontal parallel lines. Clicking this icon reveals additional options to customize the timeline panel. Play around and see how each of these options impact timeline pane. In this video series, we will select Standard and Short. To further customize the timeline, click the Custom Timeline tool here. Clicking this option will open the Customize Timeline Tools editor. The timeline pane options will adjust based on the options you select in the Timeline Tools editor. To customize the Tools panel, click Edit Toolbar button, which appears at the bottom of the Tools panel as 3 dots. Click on this button to open Drag and Drop Tools editor. Drag and drop tools from the editor to the Tools panel. This will allow you to personalize the Tools panel to include only the tools you frequently use, making your workflow more efficient. That's it for today's video. In our next episode, we will start exploring how to manage animate preferences. So make sure to stay tuned. If you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more such tutorials. Thank you for watching. Happy animating!